Good morning, class. Today you are going to study about a very important theory that is known by a name known as valence shell electron repulsion theory, or in short form we call VSEPR theory. Now let us see what is this theory all about and what does it tells us. So the main postulates of VSEPR theory. The first is the unpaired electrons in the valence shell of central atom form bond pairs with the unpaired electrons of surrounding atoms, while paired electrons remain as lone pair. So what will happen in a compound? When a compound is formed, the central atom, so the unpaired electrons that is present in the central atom will form bond pairs, whereas the paired electrons will remain as lone pair of electrons. We'll see what is it with the help of the examples. Being similarly charged, the bond pair as well as the lone pair tend to repel one another. So bond pairs as well as lone pair of electrons, they tend to repel each other because both of them consist of electrons which are negatively charged, so they repel each other. Third point, electron pairs around the central atom can adjust themselves with respect to one another in such a way that the force of repulsion among them is minimum. So the electron pairs, that is the bond pairs and the lone pairs, will adjust in such a way so that the repulsion becomes minimum. 4. The force of repulsion is minimum when the electron pairs are far away from one another. So the force of repulsion becomes minimum when the electron pairs are far away from each other. Now, the force of repulsion among the bond pairs and the lone pairs is not the same. The order of force of repulsion is as follows. Lone pair repulsion is greater than lone pair, then bond pair repulsion. So this order is very important to know because this will help you to explain the structure of different molecules. Now, this is the table which shows that about the if the number of electron pairs around the central atom will be this one, so what will be the geometry of the molecules, what will be their bond angle, and examples. So for example, we have got 4 columns. The first one is number of electrons around the central atom, then we have got geometry of molecules, bond angles, and examples. So when you have got two pairs like this and this, then the structure will be linear, straight line, and the bond angle will be 180 degree. And such kind of structure you can find in beryllium chloride, BeCl2, and MgCl2. Similarly, when you have got 3 pairs, the structure will be trigonal planar, and the bond angle between them will be 120 degree. And the example of such molecule will be boron trifluoride or aluminum trichloride. When there is 4 pairs, the structure will be a tetrahedral, and the bond angle will be 109.5 degree, and the example will be methane or SiCl4. Similarly, when you have got 5 pairs, the structure is trigonal bipyramidal, where we have got 2 bond angles, one is 90 degree and another is 120 degree. An example of such kind is PF5, phosphorus pentafluoride. And when you have got 6 pairs, it is going to form an octahedral, but the bond angle will be only 90 degree, and the example of such compound is SF6, sulfur hexafluoride. So this table is important to know. Now we'll see the shape of ammonia. Shape of ammonia molecules. Now in ammonia we have got 4 pairs of electrons. 4 pairs of electrons. Now in the ammonia, what will happen? The nitrogen, the central atom nitrogen, as we know, has got atomic number 7. So the electronic configuration will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Actually, we can write collectively as 2p3. And in terms of x, y, and z, it can be written 1, 1, 1. Now over here, what will happen? Since in ammonia we have got 3 hydrogens, these 3 unpaired electrons will form a bond with them that result into the bond pair, whereas this 2s will remain as paired electron, remain as lone pair of electron. So in ammonia molecule, what will happen? The nitrogen is at the center and it will form the three hydrogen with three bonds with hydrogen, and the lone pair remain as it is with 2 electrons. Now over here what will happen? Since we have got 4 electron pairs, 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair, the structure should be a tetrahedral, and the bond angle according to the table should be 109.5 degree. But the structure of this ammonia does not look like tetrahedral. The structure gets distorted, and that structure is known as pyramidal. Now why it is so? Because over here we have got lone pair of electron, and this one nitrogen and hydrogen forming is called a bond pair, and this is also bond pair, this is bond pair. Now when you see the order, previous order of repulsion, so this will be lone pair and this will bond pair, this will be lone pair, this bond pair, this will be bond pair, bond pair, bond pair. Okay, now if you see the repulsive order, then this will repel it, they will repel it with a greater force of attraction than compared to this one. So in order, so what will happen? This hydrogens will come closer to each other, reducing the bond angle from 109 to 107 degrees Celsius. Sorry, 107 degree. Okay. Similarly, water molecule also, the central atom oxygen, when you write down the electronic configuration, we can write in this way: 1s2, 2s2, 2p4 actually. So the first will be with 2 electrons. Now over here in water molecule we have got 2 hydrogen atoms, so the 2 hydrogen atoms will combine with this 1 unpaired electron, whereas this will remain as a paired electron, 2s2 and 2px2. Now these are the 2 lone pairs of electron, that is 2s2 and 2px2, and this will form a bond with the hydrogen. Now in this case we have got lone pairs, this is bond pair, bond pair. Now lone pair repulsion will much more higher than compared to lone pair, bond pair, then lone pair. So because of that, this bond angle will reduces to 104.5 degree. Okay, that we call a bent or V-shaped structure. Okay, so this is the shape of the water molecule. Next, shape of PF phosphorus pentafluoride. In case of phosphorus pentafluoride, we have got phosphorus in the central atom. Phosphorus has got 5 electrons in the outermost, so it will form 5 bonds. So the 3 bonds will arrange in a equilateral triangle with a bond angle of 120 degree, whereas the 2 fluorine atoms will attach to a central phosphorus atom at an angle of 90 degree to the axis, we can say. So in case of PF5, the structure of the molecule will be trigonal bipyramidal, and we have got the 2 bonds, we have got the 2 bond angles, one is 120 degree, another is 90 degree. And here also we find 2 types of bonds. One we call axial bond. Okay, this one is axial bond along the axis, and this is the equatorial bond. Okay. Similarly, in case of SF6, that is sulfur hexafluoride, the structure of the molecule will look like a octahedral, in which the sulfur atom is at the center, and we have got fluorine atoms at 4 corners and 2 fluorine atoms up and down. Okay, over here all the angles will be at 90 degree. This structure is called octahedral. Now assignment for today, assignment 12. Question number 1, write the main postulates of VSEPR theory. Question number 2, mention the example bond angles and draw the geometry of such molecules: linear, trigonal, planar, tetrahedral, trigonal, bipyramidal, octahedral. So what you need to do is you need to write down their bond angles and you need to draw the geometry along with the examples of such molecules. You can find the answer for this in the previous table that I explained over there. Question number 3 is explain the distorted structure of ammonia and water molecules with their bond angles. And question number 4, explain the structure formation of phosphorus pentafluoride and sulfur hexafluoride. Complete this assignment and send it in my mail.